This is not a video I wanted to make. It will be about one of my dream projects that really didn't went as I planned. But I have to keep myself honest and I wanted to keep you updated. So I decided to tell you the full story about how I messed up. A story of one small mistake leading to many big consequences. As always, I will keep it short and straight to the point. Few months ago, I decided to realize one of my dreams and created a tank for red-bellied piranhas. It was a cool project for me, and I was happy about the setup, and I made a lot of design choices that were piranha specific. Lots of swim space, dark colors, low light, some plants for hiding, and so on. And it's worth mentioning that because of the size, this tank was always supposed to be temporary for them. And it was fine, because I had long-term planned for those fish. So after all was done and cycled, it was time for fish. Piranhas are schooling fish, so I got a group of them. I was happy, they were happy, and this is where it all went terribly wrong. So, here we are, few months later. First of all, look how huge they got. They are by far the fastest growing fish I have ever kept. I mean, I knew that, and I was expecting big appetite and fast changes in their appearance. But nothing like that. However, that's not the issue. This is. Yes, it's not an old video. This is today. And this is not a red-bellied piranha. It's Pacu. It's a very close cousin of piranha, but still, it's a very different fish. This is a piranha, right there. But right next to it, it's Pacu. There was a screw up from the supplier. And let's be honest, also from myself. They sent me wrong fish. And because of the lack of experience with piranhas on my side, I didn't notice. They all looked the same. Okay, it's true that when they are very young, they look very similar. But more experienced piranha keepers would definitely notice that. But I didn't. Now, when they are much bigger, differences between them are much more visible. Pacus kind of look the same, but are way bigger. But piranhas started to change much more. Apart from growing, they started to change colors, their spots started to fade away, and their fins got a bit darker. But I think that in general, shape of their mouth is the best way to distinguish them. Yes, I know it's easy for me to say now, when it's too late. But if you think of it, this one for example, it has its lower jaw a bit in the front. It's called an underbite. So you might think it's a piranha, but this one, it's not. It's still Pacu. And when it was like 4 times smaller, it really did look like small piranha's mouth. To be fair, the seller admitted the mistake and refunded me for all of them. He apologized and everything, and I don't hold it against him. But what's done, it's done. And I ended up with a mix of both fish. So the situation for today is that I do have piranhas, but only 4. And the rest are Pacus. And that is a problem, a big one. First of all, like I mentioned, this was always supposed to be just a temporary solution for them. It's because long term, this tank is too small, even for piranhas. But it's way too small for Pacus. They grow huge, like 2-3 times the size of piranhas. There is absolutely no way they can be kept in here. That's just cruel. Second problem is that their growth seems to be very uneven. Some of the Pacus are visibly smaller, and piranhas are much bigger. And it's potentially a threat for Pacus, I think. I honestly expected for the growth rate to be the other way around, but I think it's connected to my next problem. feeding. I was feeding them having piranha diet in mind. So lots of raw fish, some meat, big insects, and bugs. And Pacus should have much more plants, fruit, vegetables to eat. This also explains a lot about my missing plants. Although very small piranhas can eat plants, but it's not like their main diet, it just happens on occasion, but that's it. For Pacus though, this is their main source of natural food. This is why some of my plants were gone after a single day. And this of course had a big impact on how the tank looks like. So I am a little bit afraid that those Pacus were underfed and therefore are growing slower than they should. And piranhas are very well fed because I thought I was feeding 9 red-bellied piranhas and I didn't. And finally, after a while I started to notice that they sometimes separate themselves into 2 groups. Piranhas seem to stay together much more often. I think that the fact that there is only few of them is starting to show, and they would prefer more company from the same species. But I don't know, maybe I'm making this up. I'm not sure of anything anymore. Considering all of that, I think it's time to find them new home, especially Pacus. And this is what I'm planning to do first. I'm really disappointed that this is the outcome because I wanted to keep a bigger group of them for longer. But honestly, it's kind of on me. I underestimated their growth speed and I didn't notice that more than half of them is not what they are supposed to be. And even though I was really focused on their well-being, it's just not fair from my side to keep them in this tank. I'm happy that I will have no problem with finding them a new home. So at least that part would be okay. I already have some epic footage of my piranhas, so I will create another video about them, especially about feeding. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, you don't want to miss that one. They are really amazing, very wild, very fast and aggressive. And there is something magical about the big dark tank with piranhas in it. It looks almost mystical. What a fish. I hope that despite disappointing news, you did enjoy the video. I just wanted to tell you the truth, update you about the status, and officially say goodbye to some of them. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.